For this exercise, we are going to shade a circle, make it look like a three-dimensional sphere. The things we're going to talk about are core shadow, the highlight, reflected light, and we'll also talk about where your light source is coming from and how to do a shadow. So I'm just going to put my light source up here, draw a little sun. It's going in that direction. That means right here there's going to be a highlight. Now you don't really want a circle on your finished drawing, I'm just putting it there so you can see. A core shadow is opposite of that, and it looks kind of like a kidney bean or a smiley face or something. That's going to be the darkest dark we can do, and it's going to blend gradually and fade into the highlight. Then underneath we're going to have a shadow. And we'll do the shadow by lining a ruler or any straight thing. I'm going to line it up with the light source, swing it down until it touches the circle right there. I'm just going to make a little mark about right there. Then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Line it up with the light source, swing it down until it touches the edge of the circle, make a little mark. And then between there, those two lines, I'm going to draw an oval. I'm going to draw the oval. I'm just drawing with my shoulder. I'm not drawing with my wrist or my fingers. It's just rotating in the shoulder. Draw it a few times. You want to do that lightly along with these two things because there's no outlines. Shadows don't have outlines. Highlights don't have outlines. Core shadows don't have outlines. It all just blends together. Okay, let's start with core shadow because it's the easiest. Nice and dark. I'm not going to try to be perfect within the lines because it's going to blend in anyway to everything else. And basically this is like doing a value scale all over again. I'm going to go from the dark and fade into the light, and I'll go dark and fade a little bit. Still going to be fairly dark underneath. And the reason why I'm not going to go all the way dark, as dark as the core shadow underneath here, you see how I'm rotating my paper? I just like to do that, it makes it more comfortable to draw. The reason this isn't as dark as the core shadow is because there's a little bit of reflected light off the surface. There's always light that bounces off and hits whatever object is on the surface. So it's just a little bit lighter underneath here. Alright, going from this core shadow, sometimes it's a good idea to just go and make a little shading value scale all the way up so you can see what your values are going to look like. And I like to go in, if I were to go slow motion, go in this circular pattern, circular motion as I shade, because it blends well, makes it so you don't have any choppy lines in there. You want it to be nice and smooth. Anytime you have a line, that's going to describe something on the surface. It's going to tell us that there must be a gash in that sphere or something. But we want a smooth sphere, so I'm going to do it nice and smooth and make sure everything blends. I have a little line right there. There must have been something on my desk underneath the paper, so make sure you're on a smooth surface. Okay, yeah. I like to always rotate my paper. That might not be your thing. Do it how it feels comfortable to you. Maybe at first as you shade this sphere it looks a little choppy. You can always go back in, shade things so it's a little bit smoother. Okay, we are going to have a little bit of a shadow up around the top of this. We'll fade right into that highlight. I'm going to go ahead and erase this circle. Shouldn't be there. Even the sphere itself should not have an outline. That's just there on the paper to help you. If you were to draw your own sphere, you would lightly draw in the circle, so light that it wouldn't be seen when you were finished. Okay, so I've got most of it shaded. Turn off that lamp so you can see it a little better. And it's pretty choppy, so I need to go back in and refine this a little bit, blend in areas where it needs to be blended. shadow nice and dark and going out from it. Okay, now let's do the shadow underneath. The shadow is going to be nice and dark directly underneath the sphere. And then it will get a little bit lighter as it goes out and away from the sphere. Not a whole lot lighter. Alright, we've got a simple sphere with a shadow. We took our two-dimensional paper and made it look like there's a three-dimensional object on it.